This full walkthrough of the Mooseman will get you every achievement/trophy and all 52 collectibles. The game features chapter select, and there will be timestamps in the description for each collectible. However, the chapters aren't named, so you'll need to look at the video and the background of where I am and match it to the chapter pictures in the main menu. I'll be hopping in and out with commentary as needed, and I hope this video helps you out.
Шилан кывлан, пашкыды бордес, преданню крае зануотаса. Яшкыв везменам, шутуща змущеламын выдмаса. И велищ туманлан пемутас шижим чапкаса жребий. Куемир барема свечища, куем мирозданнелан шибрас. Шондилыш била муфтыш сылан куйлану туйтандас. Кыв за кыв пашилан кывлыш. Ондан тыдны вековой знаний. Пемут каджит парманы великой, дух аджи с барем.
As soon as we have control of our character, we want to head to the left from the start and we will find our first collectible of the game. All you need to do is walk into the collectibles in order to collect them, and at any point you can access the collectible menu by pressing LB or L1 in order to see what collectibles you have grabbed. Now, with that said, the majority of collectibles are going to be hidden somewhere off screen or down a hole that you think you can't fall down. Some of them are going to be directly in front of you as you progress through the story, and a couple of them are going to be hidden behind puzzles that require input, you pressing certain buttons on your controller in a certain order. I'll be explaining those as we go, and I'll also put a little description up on the screen telling you what buttons to press in what order. So this is our first input puzzle. You'll need to come back to these guys hanging out here after activating the tree and your mask, and you want to move to the right 4 times and then back to the left 3 times. Now the game has a little bit of difficulty sometimes recognizing your input, however you'll know when you've done it right as the game will make a chime noise and then your collectible will fall from the sky. If you don't get it on your first try, don't worry, just keep trying it. Eventually the game will recognize what you're doing. As you cross this bridge, make sure that you take off your mask right around this area where the fish is jumping up and down, so you can actually fall down and grab this collectible down here. You'll also get an achievement or trophy for entering this area.
Это вели корешок мойши крепут вождлен пам. Сетчеч корпут вырым, кама испондут ащи солан. Край темуджит океанын, утка уис волнаизет. Утка кольти шогмис, ен прародитель мортезлан. Меду джавырмыз, мортлан кириш и буддухлан родный ай. Койтлан кышиш мириш шогмис, вылын мир и шариш мир. Улиш мир шогмис вауфтын, кытын вели пемут джир.
This next input puzzle, the instructions are on the tree in the background. We need to go right, then put our mask on, go right again. With our mask still on, go left, and then take our mask off and go left again. Again, the game has a little bit of a hard time recognizing what's going on, so just keep trying until the game finally gives it to you. Our next input puzzle is right as we come to this door. You'll notice up above us are some masked guys, so we want to put our mask on and go mask right, mask left, and then mask right 3 times. Hopefully the game will recognize it for you on your first try like it did for me, and then grab your collectible. Immediately after that last one, you should come to this bridge, and you want to pay attention to how the skeletons are facing. So we need to keep our mask on and go mask right, mask left, mask right, mask left, mask right, mask left, and mask right to finish it off, and your collectible should come down from the heavens. As you come to these crystals, you want to take off your mask and pay attention to which ones light up, and then you need to step onto or in front of the crystal that lights up and use your mask. Then take your mask back off, step to the next crystal that lights up, put your mask back on, and so on until you have completed the puzzle. At the end of this pathway, there's going to be a drop. Don't immediately fall down it. Instead, just stand right above it and hang out for about 5 seconds, and then your next collectible will just pop into existence and you can grab it as you fall.
Мунискад иен великой, мунисинден шарат мираз. И стариклан порищинькат, вылысаку иманыввез. Чапкис ен пашкам вармыслыш, отирден му вталетчис. Медучат нылыс, вали буржик, сия ен еще раз боштис. И морчелять вылыса, и вармыслан. Дыролыса, янинька даши жемкага знылан.
Our next input puzzle is in this cave of hands. If you turn your mask on, you should be able to see a line of hands just above you here, and then you just need to go with your mask left, right twice, left, right, left, right.
Но пырке жмортлищнув с я колис, выравны ен кириш, зонка эскатмунис. Мед върмъслят черамуна, мед тъвша чожи котъртна, далък тайгаан вътна, и нявяшен сия пишкътна. Върмъс кватько как репът, бъдмир резън ветлъта, а щур реза шонда изкуила, и света ащи сушкъта. Колам царствувала, шариш мирвала, да валиш енлан мирвала. Дыр добыча шароводчий щижим зонкат, Будмират, океанат, ен живейлан кирищ, и валищ картовой кирасвылын вармас сосьяватис, и не вьящен лыиш, шон димув тавашетис, каджит кутис друг буда с мирозданни, царство кулам лыщ, да париж дух лыщ лыман тыртис, отир свет, и ен лыщ мир, юн кынтис.
In this desert area, your objective is to interact with the sun in the center of this area. If you do that, you'll be transported to the next area, so make sure you actually do not interact with it yet. Just go ahead and walk past it, and all the way to the right of the screen will be your next collectible, and then on the way back, you're going to shoot an arrow at one of the posts next to the middle here, and it will spawn in a second collectible. Make sure you grab both of those collectibles before interacting with the sun here in the middle. From this checkpoint here, instead of continuing forward, make sure to activate these branches in the ghost world, and you want to head up these kind of tree branches in order to find a couple of different collectibles up here. Remember, you can use your staff to defend yourself from the flying enemies. If you do get killed by any of them, no big deal. You can always respawn back at where we just were at the bottom of the branches. In this area we have yet another input puzzle. For this one we need to do mask left, then flash our staff twice, and then mask left again. Now, unlike some of the previous ones, I had a lot of trouble getting this one to actually work, and one of the things is the collectible actually doesn't spawn out of the heavens, but instead there's a secret room just below here that you can only drop into after you do this combination. Once you do the combination correctly, you should drop straight in and be able to grab your collectible. Along with there being a checkpoint down here that you can grab to the right, there's actually one more collectible down here that's even further left behind the wall. You won't even be able to see it, but you can walk back here, and you should get an achievement or trophy as we've now grabbed all the collectibles in this area. Now it's time for a boss fight, but before we get involved with the boss, make sure you head all the way to the left off screen to grab a collectible that you won't be able to see, and then the boss is actually super simple. There's going to be 3 buttons that spawn in that you can activate with your mask by stepping on them when your mask is turned on, and each of the buttons will have the symbols corresponding to what's going on in the background, so the people, the tree, and the mushroom. All you need to do is hit them in that order, so the people, then the tree, then the mushroom. If you want to pass by a button, all you need to do is turn your mask off to step over it without activating the button. On to our next input puzzle. I promise you there are instructions in the background there. I'm guessing through YouTube's compression you probably can't even see them, but what the game wants us to do here is turn on our mask, turn on our staff, and then go left 2 times as fast as you possibly can, and if you do it correctly, your collectible will fall from the heavens. This next section is probably the most difficult part of the game because it just doesn't function very well. The basic idea here is you turn on your mask in order to turn these different logs so that the fish can't see you. However, sometimes it just doesn't work and the fish can see you anyways, but you'll respawn at the different respawn points if you ever get seen. It doesn't matter how many times you die here. All you need to do is try and get through this area without the fish attacking you like it did right there. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. There's no way for me to possibly block that. But whatever, there it goes again. So yeah, I'm just going to leave a couple of these fails in so you can see that this area is kind of BS. But just keep trying to move the logs into the right positions and eventually you'll get through this area no problem. As soon as you make it out of the water, you actually want to hop back in and continue all the way to the left. I'm using my light here to kind of give you an idea of where I'm going, but there is a collectible hidden down here, and if you continue too far to the right, the fish will actually pop out of the water and block you from coming this way. Don't worry though, if you do get blocked, you can always use chapter select to come right back here and grab this collectible. Right up ahead is a little Simon Says type puzzle where you'd basically need to turn your mask on in front of the different faces that light up in the same order that they light up. So it starts off with the first one, then the second one, then we'll do the first one, the second one, the third one, and then we'll do the first one, the second one, the third one, and the first one again. Just remember to turn your mask off and then back on as you move between them so that the game doesn't get too confused with your inputs, and you should get this collectible no problem. This next input puzzle works actually surprisingly well compared to the other ones, or I'm just a gaming god and got it first try, but all you need to do is right, staff, right, mask, staff, mask right, mask left, staff, mask. So just do those steps and your collectible will fall from the heavens. To advance forward here, we need to use our staff and our mask to push the bunnies towards the owl so that the owl eats the bunnies. I think you need to feed it 3 in total in order to get it to move. This is all part of forward progression anyways, as you can't get past the owl any other way, and when the owl does move, there will be a collectible right under it that you can grab as you progress forward.
Acca yen şonditag atik mirbozov. Aslas yelın kıskını pemutus vını sezvov. Jirit kıç kada varmaz kımaşan muf tauşis. Şişim zonas varmaz ostrovdanas yakoris. Сущур разычныла пишалле зыктис. Odikla ședis posah, modikla kiris luk, kada muftun bișani oznikăr saășmă.
So this little guy that just wandered onto my screen has attached himself to us, and he's more of an annoyance than anything else. Basically, all he does is every couple of seconds he switches your controls around, so if you're moving to the right, he'll start making you move to the left. All you need to do is just do the opposite of where he's moving you to in order to progress forward. Eventually, when you make it to these people with the spears, they will kill him, and you can just continue forward like nothing happened. And in fact, these helpful group of humans actually give us our next input puzzle. Based on the spears and how they're holding them, we need to go 4 steps to the left and 3 steps to the right, and then your collectible will fall from the heavens. And in fact, we're actually still not done with those helpful group of humans. From here, we need to lure the witch back to them so they can kill her for us as well. And the way that we're going to do that is by using our mask and staff to get her to follow us. If at any point she gets too close to you where it seems like she's going to kill you, you can turn off your mask and staff, but this will reset her, and you can just go ahead and try again. So just lure her back to the humans. They will spear her for you, allowing you to progress forward and unlocking another achievement or trophy. Next up, we have another Simon Says puzzle. In order to progress from left to right, the code is 4265137, and you activate them by standing in front of them and then activating your staff. Make sure that you turn it off when you're moving in between them so you don't accidentally activate one in between and reset the puzzle. In this next area, be careful not to die against the red clouds like I did. What you want to do is fly straight up here and then fly in between all these red clouds to get to our next collectible piece. There are 3 pieces in this area that we need to collect, and then at the end of the area there will be an actual collectible that we can collect that will go into our collection. As you fly along, keep close to the ground and you should notice this collectible kind of hidden in the clouds. Just go ahead and grab it. You should be able to get it, though you might not exactly see that you've gotten it. You should hear the chime that you grabbed it. And then straight up from here is going to be our next one to grab, which is again going to be kind of inside the clouds, so you might not be able to see it when you grab it, but you should hear the chime when you do grab it. So for this chase sequence, there's going to be 2 collectibles for us to grab. Right here at the beginning, just stay towards the top of the screen to avoid the first red cloud. And then we're going to avoid the second red cloud by heading to the bottom of the screen. And just keep on flying forward. You should be totally fine here. Nothing's going to be able to catch up to you. Then head up to the top of the screen to avoid the third cloud. And then from here we want to go down in order to grab this collectible before the 4th cloud comes here. So grab that collectible, then go back up to avoid the 4th cloud. Then don't worry about that collectible yet. Just avoid the cloud first and then go back and grab this collectible. And now you should be pretty good for the rest of this area. Just avoid the rest of the clouds and make sure that you escape without getting hit.
Budzonla jen šet izbytkoj dar, jen kiriş şıkt izboşny pişallis imunno, kin muna sulışmira acını şondi torok, лептыны щур помнас и будмира вайны прок. И медо жребий предок кескера свылын чапкиса, кын мышариш мир шондитак, валышмирын кожит дух хезла, и валище жемзон еще тикла колыс медоч мунна.
So we have made it to the end of the game. This is going to be our last collectible, and then we just need to finish the face puzzle up above to finish the game.
Сия кужис оше сордина, бобътна, и бимът муфтън сия мунис, орчен кулемиска, сия шон дишен торог бощис, немеш Vorsa да Vakul, и крепът бордес вром, ваис вълшмира сия, истън вълшмира зданиен, шон ди векке жилой сместен, значит къс коласен лоас, чапкам жребий века вайша. Ищи жимвон и щетик, вилищ мунас, бъдмирът, ветлътни. Ем пом вашилан къвлен, ем народ безлен предание, кыть зарян сотча парма, кыть кымырын шон ди сотча, сич и върма сморт, туй великой, бъдлун ветлъта.